My name's Nadia Al Mutawa. I'm Kuwaiti. My father's Kuwaiti and my mum's English. I started riding when I was 4 and I started jumping when I was about 6. And that was a long time ago. That was back in the 70s. I won the individual gold medal in 1982 in New Delhi at the Asian Games. We didn't, we started, it was a new sport here, it didn't exist. I mean, we started jumping over barrels and wooden, tree trunks. They eventually made some show jumps for us, and it just took off from there. I started jumping here as like one of the youngest, and I'm now the only competing granny. I'm a glammy, not a granny, glammy. If I was to sum up the highlight of my show jumping career, it would have to be the Asian Games in New Delhi. Our teammate, Bara El Sabah, took the bronze, my sister Jamila took the silver medal, and then I secured the gold medal. 3 girls from the same country took all 3 medals. I was 17 years old. I had a little Anglo-Arabian horse. He'd never been out of his backyard. We put him on a plane, flew him to India. We jumped on grass which he'd never jumped on in his life. The crowd just lifted us. They just took us into their hearts to see these basically three schoolgirls come in and just take over. I felt invincible with this little horse. I can still relive that feeling. It was like yesterday. All my dreams came true in that instant. I wish and I hope that this younger generation gets the opportunity that we did, because there's so much talent here now. When we first started our small little competition show jumping classes, there would be maybe 8 to 10 riders in a class. Nowadays, one class can easily have 100 riders. I pick and choose my competitions. I still have that drive, I still have that ambition, and you get in the arena and you get that buzz and you want to win. But I sort of have to say to myself, hang on a second, just take it easy. I mean, sometimes when I see something, I think, I used to do that. I used to go fast and crazy like that. I don't anymore. I see that fearlessness, and when I see them in the arena, I recognize that, and I remember that. I hope I can leave a legacy of a competitive spirit, and that the show jumping in Kuwait continues to grow. Personally, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. We have the talent, very talented riders, who are our hope for the future. I would love to see these young riders one day go to the Olympics and do really well. That would really, really make me proud.
The fast-growing community of young jumpers in Kuwait embraces all aspects of the sport, from jumping enthusiasts to those who aspire to compete at the highest levels.
I think there are 2 types of riders who started as a hobby and they wanted to continue as a hobby, and there is a different side of riders that they started as a hobby, then it changed to a bigger goal.
To be honest, it started off for sure as a hobby when I was younger, but as I grew older, I always wanted to be a professional show jumper.
I think I'm a bit in between those 2 people that you were describing, the beauty of show jumping.
Yeah.
It's really grown on me, but I also am very passionate about my job. It's nice that I can have professional goals at my job, and then I can have my passion goals and personal goals with my horses.
It's very exciting to be an equestrian show jumper in Kuwait. Especially as a female show jumper, I feel like I want to encourage the younger generation. My biggest win nationally in Kuwait was the Emirs Cup in 2018. The Emirs Cup is a big deal in Kuwait. It's one of the biggest sponsored shows. And internationally winning 3rd as a team for Kuwait at the Asian Championships in Pattaya, December 2019. The sport in Kuwait has been more popular recently. People knew more about Arabians than they did about show jumping. In the 80s, there was a boom with show jumping. After that, I feel like it went a little bit more quiet. Recently, it boomed again, and I feel like more than it has in the 80s. Something nice to see that a sport that you love, your passion, people are starting to look into it and be interested in it. The one thing I can say about myself is I'm very good at containing all my stress, especially at big shows. I don't like to stress out, it stresses my horse out. I try to always stay positive, stay relaxed, and that helps my horse perform better. A lot of people say that my horse's personality is exactly like mine, but what I like the most about his personality is that I feel like he always puts 1000% into everything he does. So I'm very grateful for that. I feel like I trust my horse so much and he trusts me, and that's the most important thing, to be honest. Show jumping is my life. My dream has always been to be a full-time athlete. I train as much as I can. Even when I have free time, I'm always around the stable, always around my horses. And I also teach little kids, and I hopefully want to inspire them to go further. The level in Kuwait has improved so much over the years. And something really exciting that happened this year was the international CSI show that happened in January. It was a World Cup qualifier. And I hope this is just a continuation of the rise in the equestrian community in Kuwait. The equestrian community is, we're pretty close. Even though it's an individual sport, we all still support each other. So it feels like home, and it feels like we're all one big happy family, basically. Someone I look up to is Ali Al-Krafi. His dedication and determination in the sport is very inspiring. Nadia Al Mutawa is someone the younger generation will always look up to, as she's had so many successes. When I think about the past of show jumping in Kuwait, I think about those who were pioneers before us. Their success has paved the way for us as Kuwaiti equestrians because we know it can be done. When I think about the present, I think about the medals that myself and my teammates have achieved. And when I think about the future, I think about what we have yet to achieve. My ultimate goal is to just keep doing what I'm doing until I decide to retire, and hopefully along the way win a gold medal at the Olympics. Fingers crossed.